Welcome again to the channel. This is Eric Ganabakweku. This is a continuation of the Screeding video that I shared a couple of days ago. I called that one episode 2, which means this will be episode 3. In that video, if you haven't watched it yet, I'll link it up here. We're just doing the prep work, doing a visual walkthrough so I could see what was going on, and I could be able to, follow along and actually make sure that they're doing the right things. So in this video, I go ahead and I'm sharing with you some of the screed being done in sections, and I'll talk my way through it. When I say artisans generally don't care, this is one of the things that I mean. Just by watching the video, the first thing that I noticed, and I'm not a professional, right? I'm not a professional builder, but the first thing that I noticed was the fact that if you look at this balcony, the slope is just ridiculous. Like under the doorway, it slopes. And I don't know how come the artisan wasn't able to pick that up. I don't know what they were thinking. But this is one of the reasons why I'm like, if you have to stretch your building because you want to be there to inspect it, it's a good thing, right? I get it. The sooner you finish building, the better. But there's no reason to build quickly only to be, to regret what you did, right? Anyway, that's, this rant is going to be in another video. I'm going to have a dedicated video to it. I have enough information for that video that will come up. So let's just continue watching the screed for this one. One of the problems that you can see is that a lot of the screed that you see has different grades, different gradations, different levels, if I may. And really the biggest reason for that is the lay of the land, right? The land itself is, we built on a hill, and as much as possible, we didn't want to flatten it. We wanted to build like a house that basically fit into the lay of the land. And with that came the challenges of making things level. As much as I wanted to smooth out some steps across the build, it takes away from what we were trying to do as building into the land if we did that. So we're technically okay, we did that, but we did the leveling. But in other places, we're just gonna have to do with a step because it kind of gives a feel of if you were like actually walking on the land, what you would do. The biggest problem that I have is, the upstairs balcony, the upstairs corridor, the open area upstairs. I wish we could do a little better. As you see here in this particular part of the video, we ended up having to raise this bathroom floor a little bit, so it doesn't have to be a step down from the bathroom, from the bedroom, right? So for some of these, we ended up fixing the level problem by raising. So this particular side will be raised so it levels with the bedroom attached to it. But in some open areas where we couldn't, we're just gonna have to do it a step up. Right. I believe that as people live there, we will get used to it. And once again, we're going to have the outside, not be flat, but also be graded so it flows into the way the land is. Right. So that's the reason why you will see some places having some steps and other places being flat. Right. I try to remove as much as we could, but in some cases we couldn't. You can see here the screed is thick. Unfortunately, it's something that we have to deal with, and we're doing the best we can to get to the point where we are okay with what we ended up with. At this point of the screed, when I saw the video, I was a little worried about the window. If you guys remember, this is the window that we have to cut when we went to install, because it was bigger than the space that was there. But once we finished the screed and I let the tiler go and we took a look at it together, I think it will end up being fine. It almost gives a feel of a floor to, almost like a floor to lintel kind of window. So yeah, I think we will live with this. As much as I wish I was there in person to be part of it so I could prevent some of the issues that I had to call out for correction, I'm glad at least I have someone who can take footages for me and can be my rep in my absence. And you know, the more steps we take towards the finality of the journey, you know, we're not there yet, but I can see, you know, the finish line in the horizon. You know, it's good to, you know, once in a while just stop and take stock of the journey thus far. It has not been smooth, but you know, we are here, we're making progress, and I'm very, very happy for the effort that I've been able to put into this project, the sacrifices made, you know, obstacles notwithstanding. We're here and we're making progress, and it's good. It's a good feeling whenever you put in work and you can see the results. It's good to, you know, not necessarily, you know, stop and, you know, admire for too long, but just to take stock and, you know, commend yourself for not quitting when you could have quit. A lot of our problems on this building was really because, you know, the foundation was laid sometimes in discrete, or it was the foundation was dug and cast sometimes in discrete ways, because it was during COVID when, you know, you couldn't get, you know, as many people to site as you could because you couldn't fit, you know, you weren't allowed to have so many people in the car. So even with all those problems that we had, you know, with COVID, the uncertainty of us being here, you know, after 2020 and all of that, here we are. It's been a long, you know, journey, 5 years in. You know, could we have sped this up some? Possibly, but the idea that, you know, as much as possible, I want to be there for every single, major part. Is part of the reason why this is taking a long time. But I'm not being pushed out of where I am at. So like I'm not in a haste to, stop renting. So I have to, stop renting for a 3-year term in Ghana or whatever. So I'm rushing to finish the build. No, I'm going to take my time. I recommend everyone else to go against, the pressure to build quickly. Build quickly. For me, quick is relative, right? You can have 12 people line up on a track, and everyone will run their personal best, but only one person will win, right? So don't let someone else's quick determine your quick, right? Go as quickly as you can, make sacrifices along the way, tighten your belt when you need to, but go at your own pace, right? I always say, you cut your coat according to your fabric. And I know the saying is cut your coat according to your size. But sometimes, if your size means that you need to only sew a shirt, that's what you do, right? You don't need to sew top and bottom, just to fit into everything everyone else is doing. The fabric that you have, do the work that is fit for that quote-unquote fabric, right? What I mean by that is if you have 20,000 Ghana cedis and it can do half of something for you, do it. Because if you don't, you might end up, spending the money in a place that you would not be able to account for, right? That's my recommendation to you. Go at your own pace, plan it, and use the money wisely, right? And don't be pressured by someone else's project, and you don't know someone else's pocket, right? So don't go at someone building at, with a year or whatever. Yeah, they saved and they planned and they did what they could do at that time. Do yours. Don't be pressured by someone else and build something that might collapse on you tomorrow. All right. Thanks again for watching this video. Keep watching to the end. Please, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, do me a favor. Hit the subscribe button. You can also scan the QR code on the screen, especially if you're watching on another device. You can use your phone to scan this QR code. Do me a favor and hit the subscribe button. Some of you know I'm about to go to China soon, and I hope that you subscribe and reward the work in advance. I'd love to be able to get to 2,000 subscribers before I go to China, which is in the next couple of weeks. It's a challenge that I'm throwing myself, and I hope you guys can help me. We need about 400 people more, and I know we can do it. I know people come and watch and don't subscribe. I'm not subscribed, but please do me a favor. Reward the China trip in advance, because I'm going to bring you content, pretty much daily. The good thing is China is 13 hours ahead of the East Coast, 14 hours ahead of the Central Time Zone where I'm at. So I will be able to bring you guys content, before I go to sleep. You guys will wake up to new content, right? So please hit the subscribe button. It'll be a nice thank you. It'll boost my confidence to bring you guys content. So please do me a favor, right? If you haven't subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. Support your brother. Thank you.